makes me cry. Glory, glory, oh. The angels sing music to my ears. I can feel it. I can hear the angels sing. Can't control my tears. Can't you feel it? I can hear the angels sing. It's the sweetest sound I ever heard. I can hear the angels sing. Glory, glory, I can hear the angels sing. Oh yeah, I can hear the angels. It was a silent night, a holy night. I can hear the angels sing. When I heard them sing, glory, glory, joy to the world, joy to the world. The angels sing. Can you hear them sing? I can hear the angels. Can you hear them sing? I can hear the angels sing. Talk about glory to the newborn King. The angels sing. Talk about K-Classic. Ain't nobody stopping my shine. They try to break me, try to take me out, but I got Jesus on my side. So bad I thought it would die, but ain't no power stronger than the one that came and laid down his life. And I got mountains to climb, but the enemy can't stop me, cause there's a calling on my life. So when I'm crying, don't last too long, cause he gon' step in and make it alright. Won't he do it? He said he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed how it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. I'm about to lose it again. I'm about to let him know where I'm from. Don't take me there again. I just call on Jesus, my friend. Get me back in line one more time, cause he's always listening. Ain't nobody perfect, everybody's hurting. Need your whisper, Lord, save me from my weaknesses, cause you're always on time. Come and get your breakthrough, cause I'm gon' get mine. Won't he do it? He said he would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed how it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. You see what the enemy planned for my downfall turned out to be the greatest victory of my life. Cause when it comes at you fast and hard, there's only one that could come and make it right. So ain't no need for stressing and crying, cause he gon' show up just like he did the last time. And the last time, and the last time, I know. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yeah. He would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gon' look back and be so amazed how it turned out, it's only his grace. Won't he do it? He said he would. sing just one big choir? Now you know in choirs we gotta rock. Y'all ready to rock? Let's go. Oh, that's nice. Say it again. Tennis, sing it. That's how he works. That's how the good Lord he works. That's how he works. That's how the good Lord he works. Everybody put your hand on it. That's how the good Lord works. That's how the good Lord works. That's how the good Lord works. That's how he works. That's how the good Lord works. That's how the good Lord works. That's how the good Lord works. That's how he works. We must not question the good Lord. Have faith in God.
This is where the community is connected. 980 AM WDDO.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Macon and Middle Georgia. It's time for Village Talks with Tia and LJ. Join them live every Wednesday from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. right here on the Glory 107.9 FM, 980 AM WDDO. Log on to the Glory 107.9 FM on Facebook or YouTube to become a part of the conversation. Let's go live into the studio for Village Talks with Tia and LJ.
Is your child struggling with reading, writing, learning loss, and a culturally irrelevant curriculum? Do you want your child to be outstanding at reading and writing and also take pride in their culture? Then you want Reading Revolution Online. Reading Revolution Online is a web-based reading support program. We serve scholars in grades K through 8, and through our innovative approach, we help them build reading confidence and cultural identity development, equipping them for success in school and life. They learn about Black heroes and sheroes through captioned videos, reading selections, and other activities. Reading Revolution Online is an experience for the whole family. Do it for the culture. Go to readingrevolution.org and get your membership today.
Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Village Talks. We are the freshest radio show and Godcast, bringing you conversations centered on community and culture from the 478 and beyond. I am your co-host, LJ, and virtually right now, I see my beautiful, phenomenally amazing co-host, Tia.
Peace and blessings, good people. I'm sorry you're so dark in my background, y'all.
Yeah, it's all right. We're just glad you're here today. I'm glad you're here with us. I know it's a little different.
Right. And hey, family. Yeah, I see Deidre Taylor says good evening. Jeanette Goff says hello. Kia Booth says hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody.
Hey, yeah, and Deidre, she's going to be our guest in a few weeks. So shout out to you, Miss Deidre. Yeah, she's this is our Culture Curious series. We're going to be doing this probably for the next 2 or 3 months. Where we're going to be highlighting our culture, particularly, Black culture, and how it influences and affects us and impacts us in so many different ways. But definitely taking us through, taking you all through a path of history, understanding who we are, identity, all the different various ways that we connect with ourselves and one another. So, we are happy to have.
And hey, Miss Flowers. Hey, she told me she was coming on. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, everybody love you, Tia. Like, you ain't on here. Nobody only want to check in. They just look at me crazy. It's all right. But yes, if you didn't know, we are live on the radio for everyone in Radio Land. Of course, y'all are listening to us, so you know what to do. But if you want to listen to us on Radio Land, go to 107.9 FM and also 980 AM. That's if you're in the Macon, Middle Georgia area. That's WDDO. Again, that's 107.9 FM and 980 AM in Radio Land. And also, if you are checking in with us live on Facebook or YouTube, you can do that also by the same thing. Go to the Glory 107.9 FM or 980 AM WDDO on Facebook and on our YouTube channels. So make sure that you listen to us any and every way that you can, because we got it for you. And Tia, you want to start us off with our good news for today?
I can, absolutely. So, what's happening back in the middle of Georgia? There's a lot happening in our community over the next couple of weeks. Opportunities to gather, reflect, serve, and support Black culture, history, and one another. So, we can walk through what's coming up, starting this weekend with Poetic Peace Arts presenting the Front Room Sessions Stories of Pleasant Hill. This will be a community center event honoring voices from the elders, youth, and middle aged residents of Pleasant Hill, which was established in 1879. So, this intimate and conversational gathering takes place Saturday, December 20th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Tubman Museum, which is located at 310 Cherry Street in downtown Macon. This event will feature sounds by DJ Ryan, live performances including poetry, singing, dancing, and more. And it will be hosted by my homegirl, your homegirl, everybody homegirl, Y to the O Lattimore. So the admission follows the museum's pricing structure with discounted rates for children, seniors, military, and college students. This is a space for reflection, memory, and community connection. And everyone is welcome. Also happening this weekend is going to be December 20th from the 21st. The Douglas Theater, in partnership with Atlanta Black Theater Festival, will be presenting Daughter of a King, the musical, written and directed by S. Christie Douglas. Showtimes are Saturday, December 20th. One showing at 2 p.m., the other at 6:30 p.m., and then again on Sunday, December 21st at 3:30. This will be a soul-stirring holiday musical blending gospel, jazz, Latin, and R&B, following the King sisters as they navigate faith, family, love, legacy, and divine purpose. The production promises powerful vocals, moving storytelling, and an unforgettable experience. You can get tickets at tinyurl.com/playwright25, and that's playwright, WRIGHT 25. Also, next week, we will be kicking off the Kwanzaa celebrations, starting with Umoja Day, and that'll be Unity Day at the historic Douglas Theater. The Kwanzaa Cultural Access Center and Torchlight Academy will be presenting its 34th annual Festival of First Fruits, Umoja Day celebration featuring Dr. Chike Akua, and the theme for the evening will be Kwanzaa Connections, Our Visions, and Our Values. This will be a free event, and again, this will be taking place on Thursday, December 25th at 7 p.m. at the historic Douglas Theater, which is located at 355 Martin Luther King Boulevard. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Macon, Georgia. And then that weekend, Sunday, December 28th, Torchlight Academy and the Kwanzaa Cultural Access Center are hosting a day of service rooted in Kwanzaa principle of Ujima, collective work and responsibility. This effort supports individuals and families in need across Middle Georgia and also extends aid to those impacted by Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. There are going to be two service locations on December 28th at Potway Kitchen, and that'll be at 2922 Watson Boulevard, store number 825 in Centerville. That'll be from 12 to 6. And then Harold's and Sons Barbershop, located at 1115 MLK Junior Boulevard in Macon, and they'll be serving the community from 2 to 5 p.m. Items needed for this include clothing, blankets, non-perishable food items, and toiletries. Community partners include Potway Kitchen, Jamaica Cuisine, um, Green Greenwood Bottom Shopping Plaza, Barbers on Duty, Harold and Sons Barbershop, Optimum Assisting, and Betty Cakes. All right, y'all. And then finally, we have the Christmas tree recycling, bring on the chipper. This will be brought to you by Keeping Making Bed Beautiful. This is a recycling program so you can responsibly get rid of your holiday trees. Those that will be taking place from December 26th through January 10th, daily from 8:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. at the Making Bed Convenience Center. Trees must be live, unbound, and free of decorations. Recycled trees will be turned into mulch. And if you need more information, you can contact kgbf.org. And that is what's happening in Macon and Middle Georgia.
That's a whole lot of good stuff going on right there, T.
It's a whole lot.
And I'm so sorry. I forgot to send you one thing. So I shot this out. It's a Christmas and food drive giveaway, December 21st, which would be this Saturday. I'm thinking. That is right, fellas. This Saturday. Okay. Hey, yeah, you're like, yeah, what you talking about? December the 21st at 12:30 p.m. is at St. John Baptist Church on 910 Key Street, Macon, Georgia. You can contact Marcia Wines at 478-955-9197. They also will have free clothes and shoes for all ages. So make sure y'all get out there this Saturday. Well, that's December the 21st at 12:30 at St. John Baptist Church on Key Street. And that's it. But yeah, and shout out to our sponsors as well. Shout out to Homeland Village Cultural
Yes.
Center. Shout out to Assembly Brothers. Shout out to our brother Sherman Kine, and also shout out to Habersham Records. And we celebrate 55 years in business for Habersham Records as well too. So shout out to my mama over there, and as always, shout out to the Glory for this amazing platform. Apostle Rozier and Bishop Scott. They're doing amazing, amazing, amazing things in the community, on the radio, everywhere they go, everything they touch. So shout out to them for providing this platform, and we love them to death. All right, and for life. Let me say that.
Yeah. We love them
Let
to
me say-
life. Absolutely.
Yeah, love y'all to life. And also shout out to a couple of other shows that are on here. Sometimes we'd be remiss to not say that there are a few shows that are on here. Well, there are a lot of shows on here, but make sure you all check out shows like Elaine Lucas, Ask Elaine. Make sure Ask Elaine. We have Oliver Sutton, and definitely Drive Time in the morning. Drive Time
yeah.
every morning. Oh my God! If y'all like Village Talks, y'all definitely need to check out Drive Time.
Apostle and Bishop in the morning.
You will love
Get your day started right.
Definitely can get your day started right. So make sure you check that out. And I'm gonna shout out the chat before we get into our "You've Got Something to Say" segment. Which Tia, I will let you introduce who that is. We have a youth spotlight that we do periodically here, where we try to highlight younger folks that are doing amazing things out here. Today we have somebody that we're gonna be introducing. We're gonna let Tia introduce because it's her nephew, actually. But I'm gonna let her do that. All right. But shout out to my big sister Kim Carter. She all the way in Africa, y'all. She listens to us all the way out in Africa. All right, so we worldwide right now. Just to let y'all know. She says hello. All right. Aisha Warner Ellen says, "Hey y'all, hey, how you doing, Miss Aisha?
Hey, Miss Aisha.
She is phenomenal. She's doing so much out here, and we thank you so much." Kevin Morgan says, "Hey, what's going on, Kevin? How you doing, brother?" Hey, Miss Danita Cunningham Stanley, that's Tia's sister.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, sister.
Yeah, she says, "Hey, Dean Parker, great brother. He's a farmer. Him and his wife just left the station. Actually, we're gonna be talking more about them coming up in the future. But yeah, they have an amazing holistic health and wellness business. Then they're opening up here in Macon. But he's a farmer. Well, they both are farmers, and they are just incredible folks. So we're gonna definitely be looking forward to talking more about what they have going on. He was on our show a few weeks ago too.
Yeah,
we were talking about farming and urban.
Rodney.
Yeah, with Rodney, most for sure. Patrick Davis says, "Good evening, everyone." What's going on, Mr. Patrick?
Hey.
Mr. Afro Progressive. Yeah, he's definitely keeps us informed here in Macon, Middle Georgia across the board. So we appreciate Patrick Davis. Chris Barfield says, "Hello, everyone." What's going on, Chris? He always checking in with us. He's a super duper advocate around here.
Oh,
yeah, we appreciate you, man. And then Zakia Muhammad, my village sister, says hello to the village. And your sister said, "Hey, Tia."
Hey, and Miss Flowers. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And Mr. Randy Crawford just came in to the chat, says hello. Hello, Mr. Crawford. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate everybody. Y'all stay tuned. We are going to go into our, like LJ said, we have a segment that we bring through here and there with the youth in our community to follow what they are doing and just to shed some positive light on what the youth in our community are doing. So we have our featured youth guest, Jaden Stanley. He is the owner of Be Uniquity. He is an artist and an entrepreneur. He is my nephew, Miss Anita Cunningham Stanley's son. I'm so proud of him and all of the work and everything that he's accomplished throughout his life. I'm glad to have him on the show. Hey, Jaden, if you want to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about Be Uniquity, what it means to you, and what you're doing through the work.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jaden Stanley. For all of y'all who don't know, I am an entrepreneur, creator. Got a business called Be Uniquity. Currently, it is wall art, but very soon expanding to everything from hats to shirts to belts. So really excited to just explore that and expand my business. What is Be Uniquity? It's about being the best version of yourself every day. Not just you, but in God's ordained fashion. And just being the best version that you can be every day.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so I know you said that right now it's just wall art.
Mhm.
You had some shirts on there before, and and I know the wall art is depicting different scriptures. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How you came, how you got your creative juices flowing into that whole that space or that.
Um. Okay, so I'll start off saying every visual aspect comes from the Bible. Um, I usually, well, back in my elementary days, I would draw. So I was a little creative. I was always into basketball.
Right.
Um, and so I just kind of picked it back up. You know, it was, it started as just sketches. Um, but really now it's just what comes from the Bible, what I learned from the Bible, and it's just visualizing it. So I don't like to say it as more so something visual because some people may say they like it, just from the visual aspect, but it's something much deeper within.
So it's like abstract, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got you. I got you.
So yeah,
That's cool.
it's,
That's cool, brother.
it's
Yeah, I know for being a basketball star.
Basketball stuff.
Jones County,
always
right?
a basketball star. That's
Yeah.
that's never that's never. I'm always a basketball star.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
and so can you tell us any upcoming things? I know you had an event in Atlanta. You could tell us about your event that you had in Atlanta and then anything upcoming that you may have that you want the people to know about.
Yeah. So currently, I am deep into reconstruction. As in the shirts, hats, and belts. Um, so on my side is very soon. To the
Okay.
public, it may be a little minute. It may be a few months.
All right, he's muted.
I am currently. I still do have some shirts.
Everything good?
No, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tia?
I can hear you fine.
Can
I
you
can
hear
hear
me?
y'all. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear
Can you hear
him?
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear Jaden.
Okay, we hear you now. Okay, yeah, we
Okay.
hear you now. Now we had a technical difficulty real quick. Shout out to our engineer though. He got us right. And now he about to beat me up. Shout out to our engineer Tony. We sorry. Now we had a technical difficulty. The mic was lagging a little bit. But we good.
But yeah,
We keep it
okay.
going.
But yeah, so everything on the website right now is wall art and shirts. Um, there's nothing soon, super soon that I would say, but in the next few months is something that's gonna shake the room. So I'm
Oh,
super excited for that. It's not a stamped date yet, but I will have advertisements for it. I will make sure I market everything right, so I will be prepared for. I will let y'all know when it
yeah,
comes. When it comes. So yeah.
That's what's
absolutely.
up.
Yeah, keep us posted because we'll definitely want to make sure we share it with the community. And then finally, what would you just leave? What words would you leave to young people? Because I love the be unique with be you, and how God ordained and purposed you to be. So, like, what would you leave, or what words of advice would you leave with other youth, um, the younger generation, even younger than you? What would you leave with them as encouragement, as you kind of navigate it from just kind of doing this as like a hobby to taking it on full
Mhm.
time?
Biggest piece of advice I would say is just be you. Like, don't take any of this time for granted. You know,
Hmm.
every type of opportunity that you have, just take it to the fullest that you can. Take advantage of everything and just you always have enough to do what you want to be able to do. So
Mm,
don't ever think that you don't have enough as an excuse. You always have enough.
mm. That's a word
Amen.
right there,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah.
what you excuse me, you just might be Tia's nephew. Yeah, you're very wise, brother. That's everything.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, being authentic and purpose driven. That's what you embody that too.
Yes, sir.
And that's what it means. When you have enough. Because God lives within us. We have unlimited power. I would always live by Matthew 6:33. Now seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. And
Yeah.
so when you live by that and you embody that like you are, man, the sky's the limit, man. So we're
Yes, sir.
proud of you, brother.
Yes, sir. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah, so y'all check out beuniquity.com. Be sure to be on the lookout. We gonna be keeping y'all updated with what Jaden Stanley has going on. Remember the name, y'all, because he's doing big things. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to LJ for the accountability check question.
For sure, for sure. And I think we have a caller too. We're not gonna have a long time for our caller because we definitely got to get into our special guest. But our accountability check question of the day is because we're celebrating Kwanzaa, y'all, and we're gonna get a lesson today on what Kwanzaa is, and we're gonna break down, how we can celebrate and a couple of misconceptions or whatever, so we know exactly what we're doing when we're doing it from Mr. Vince Muhammad in a couple of minutes. But today's accountability check question is: which Kwanzaa principle do you feel our community needs to embody more intentionally going into the new year? Again, that is, which Kwanzaa principle do you feel our community needs to embody more intentionally going into the new year? And we're going to have if you're in the chat, in the live chat with us, we're going to have those Kwanzaa principles put in the chat so that you can see them. If you don't know what the Kwanzaa principles are, if you're on the radio land, if you can just go to Google or search real quick on the internet, just look at the Kwanzaa principles so you can just have them and you can look at them for yourself, or you can just stay on the line for a little bit and we're gonna go through them so you'll be able to hear them and then just hear about Kwanzaa Cultural Access Center and what they have going on for us right here in Macon, Middle Georgia, as we celebrate Kwanzaa in our city, as they've been doing for quite a while, quite a long time. And I think we have a caller on real quick. Again, our call in number, y'all got to excuse me too, y'all. Y'all excuse me. But our call in number is 478-250-1444. Again, that is 478-250-1444. So at any given time, if you want to join this conversation, feel free. Call in and talk to us. Join this conversation at 478-250-1444. And I think we did have a caller. We still have a caller on, Tony? Do we still have someone
Yeah,
on with us? We do?
Hey,
Caller,
caller.
caller.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you, caller. What's going on? How you doing? Who's this?
Hey, LJ. Nice to finally meet you, man. This is Kevin Morgan. How you doing?
Hey, Kevin, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. Hey, Miss Tia, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Kevin. Thank you so much for tuning in. What you got to say? What you feeling? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I'm great.
Good to hear. Well, LJ's more familiar with what I'm about to talk about. It was in response to Coroner Jones last week, I guess, making a comment about making Lizella be a page when we shared your last podcast over there, and I guess he didn't like some of the things going on. And I did spend a lot of time to prepare what I was going to say, but you know what? After today's events, and the main topics of that was poverty and homicides last week, an 18-year-old, I'm going to say child, got shot and killed today. Y'all are aware of that.
Right.
I don't think now's the time to probably get into all that. I think what I'm going to ask everybody to do is say prayers for this family, for our community. Right. There will be a time and a place to have these debates going in 2026, but I think it's ironic that the subjects were poverty and homicide, and today we lost another person in Macon due to, and I'm sure we don't know what it's about, but it's probably going to be something senseless and uncalled for. And
right.
I just think as a community, we just got to start coming together, putting political differences to the side, putting racial issues to the side, and we got to figure this out.
That's right.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate your spirit. Appreciate you for calling in. Yeah, I know that was a serious thing, and that was it was a lot going on after the show last week in regards to some back and forth about it. Really, it wasn't really even too much for that to be had. Back and forth to be had. I mean, it was what it was. We definitely probably will talk more about that next week because we are a little bit behind. We're getting our featured guest on, but yeah, it was just a comment. Well, we talked about how Macon has a 25% poverty rate last week, and then Coroner Jones called in, and he said some things in regards to how he feels about poverty, and then some folks had some stuff to say about it online because, as you know, we are live streamed and we do put clips out, and we put our shows out every week. After the show is done, people can go back and listen and hear what's happening. So some folks just had some stuff to say about his comments and some back and forth, but we definitely will get into that. Feel free, definitely, if you can, in the next couple of weeks. But we'll try to make some time and some space for that, maybe to have that conversation, and maybe even Coroner Jones could call in as well. Maybe we can have some civil dialogue about that. But we do appreciate you, seriously, for making the comments that you made because they're very appropriate for where we are right now, and we feel the same way. When we talk about village talks, we represent all people. We definitely are centered on unity and culture. We want to have a space for Black folks to be able to have some stuff to say as well, because we're dealing with a lot here in Macon, Middle Georgia. But we definitely love all people, and we definitely do know that all folks have challenges, and that's what we're here for. We're here to be a voice for all of us, because it takes all of us as being the village. The village is every race, every creed, is everyone. But yes, we just want to be intentional about what we do, and we just appreciate you for being intentional with your comments today.
Well, I want to thank you and your wife for having me on the show. I mean, I'm not taking up more of your time, and hopefully, like you said, in the future we can get together and maybe, like you said, have some civil dialogue. That's the key right there, civil dialogue, and sit down with our local leaders if they're willing to do that, and maybe we can start going in a different direction.
Absolutely. That's always. So we appreciate that. And my good sis, Zakia, sums it up perfectly. She said, Umoja for sure. Yes, Umoja. Because according to our leaders, we don't really have a poverty and violence problem anymore. However, that's for another week. We need unity. And so Umoja is unity. It's the first day of Kwanzaa. And I think that's a great segue into our featured guest, Mr. Vincent Alaz Muhammad. To just give us some grounding and culturally affirming information here this evening. So thank you so much, Vincent, for coming in and joining us today.
For sure. Appreciate y'all having me.
What's up, brother?
Staying focused, working hard. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man. Yeah, Vincent brought his whole trumpet in here, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all that off top.
Stay with it. You know what I mean?
Hey, he said keep it on him.
100%. Yeah.
For sure.
He needs to keep it. Vincent do some things with that trumpet. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't know whoever has a video recording of Vincent at the Juneteenth commemoration, that speech he gave, it stays with me perpetually because Vincent is so, y'all, he is just flawless, magnificent with the words. He's so eloquent. So if y'all don't know about Vincent, you missing out on Vincent Muhammad, because he's multi-talented. He's doing so many great things. And so just to get us into, this whole Kwanzaa celebration and commemorations and everything that's going on with Kwanzaa Cultural Access Center and Torchlight Academy, if you could just briefly tell the people what Kwanzaa is, and how we here in Macon, Bibb County have been keeping it going with the festival and all of the celebrations throughout the week.
Most definitely. So first, we give honor to the Creator, we give honor to the ancestors, and we give honor to our parents, regardless of our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Two collaborated. Y'all just had a beautiful youngin'. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's now live and well. You know what I'm saying, out here, and all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm result of George and Regina Muhammad, George Fadil Muhammad and Regina Muhammad, and anytime that you hear me speak or you hear any knowledge that I have, it was something that was given to me. I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying, that my parents took the time to pour into me. So I'm sitting here on behalf of my father, George Fadil Muhammad, and we, when it comes to Kwanzaa is a celebration that belongs to us as original people. So when we think about, the human family, the guy that just called, you know what I'm saying, was talking about a lot of things that's going on in the community. And many times we can see things in isolation, whether, white and black, Asian and Latino. But the fact that we share this universe, we share this planet, you know what I'm saying, we all come from one source, and we all going back the same way. It lets us know that we're all connected. So when it comes to Kwanzaa is a ceremony, that is patterned, and people talk about it as a holiday, and it is an observance, a 7-day observance that was started by Maulana Karenga. Maulana Karenga is an activist, educator, scholar that in California created a system based off of harvest festivals. In the most notably, a lot of people see harvest festivals in West Africa. Now, one thing that we have to comprehend about Africa is it's so diverse that everybody doesn't celebrate these harvest festivals in this way. There are many different celebrations. However, Dr. Karenga saw value in the way that the harvest festivals were being celebrated, and was something that he patterned Kwanzaa after. So there's 7 principles over 7 days, and there are 7 candles, there are 7 symbols, and all of these different things have meaning when you look at them. One thing that I want to make sure that I make clear about Kwanzaa is this is not a Black Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people think that, oh, this is a substitute for Christmas, so this is like an no, like, it don't matter who you are. Wait, this is a non-religious holiday, and it is not something to replace another holiday or to beef with another holiday. You know what I mean? We got way too many diverse minds and ideas and ways that we express ourselves. If we got different ways that we dress, we're going to have different ways that we celebrate, holidays. We're going to have different ways that we, have our religions and all of those different things. Right. But the central part of Kwanzaa are the 7 principles. So the 7 principles start with umoja. This is a Swahili language. Even when you think of Matunda ya Kwanzaa, this is the festival of first fruits. So when we talk about a harvest festival, anytime that you're sowing seeds and anytime that you're putting something into the ground, there's a process. It doesn't just pop up. We in the age of AI, and we done got real spoiled with, man, I could type in a whole app. I just did it. You know what I'm saying? About 5 minutes ago, I typed in an app concept. That bad boy popped up. I'm talking about fully loaded, ready to go. I'm like, man, I ain't know we could do this like this, but hey, I ain't mad at it. Right. But sometimes it fools us into thinking that you put a seed in the ground, it's just gonna pop up. That ain't how nature works.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? And the cool thing about, having a balanced view of AI is not forgetting your natural intelligence and knowing how to use it as a tool to be able to, the same way that we on this technology right now, you know what I mean, streaming throughout the world, we're able to utilize it in a proper way. So they're all tools, but we got to figure out how to use it in a proper way. But planting that seed, once that seed, it goes through a process, it starts very small, and under the right conditions, under the right nurturing, then it's able to grow into, it could be a bush, it could be a tree, it could be so many different things, a flower, but it's something that starts as a seed. Even if you think about us as human beings, we start as a seed. We start as a sperm cell and an egg that's fertilized, and then we become this whole human being.
Right.
So in that harvest is something that you are sowing into the earth, and that's something that you're reaping, being grateful for that and continuing that process and making sure that there's something better every time. So number one is umoja. That's our first principle. This is Swahili language that is used because Swahili is a trading language. When you look at all of the different dialects in Africa, there's so many different dialects all across. That's why, you know, Africans can speak, so continental Africans can speak so many different languages, because just in their village alone, or in their, you know, country alone, there's probably several different dialects, not to mention being able to talk English or French and Spanish and all of these different languages. But the African dialects alone within itself, you know, gives a robust library of linguistic knowledge. Right. So with Swahili, right? Swahili was that language that was used to trade. So with those principles, number one, you get into umoja, which is unity. Unity is about us being connected as a people, our nation, our race, making sure that we are connected. I always say Black people find a way to work together. And we start with Black because that's how humanity was started. There's no way to, you know what I'm saying, get around it. There's no way for us to be able to leave out the original people. But whether you talk about any race, any group of people, we all give honor to the dark ancestors of our planet. And if you do your research, you'll find it, you know, in Asia, you'll find it in Europe, you'll find it in South America, in North America, in Australia, in Antarctica. If they dig down in the icebergs, they gonna find, you know what I'm saying, the original people was there. All right. So we start not only with umoja, but the black candle symbolizes our unity as a people, in our community, our nation, and our race. Secondly, we go to Kujichagulia. Kujichagulia represents self-determination. When I was growing up, it was my favorite day because we always had youth night on the second day of Kwanzaa. And we get up there, you know what I'm saying, hosting and performing. And a lot of the people that you see us rocking with today, we all would like link and meet up during the Kwanzaa times, you know what I mean? Right. And build that bond. But the self-determination is a red candle. So the red, black, and green are the colors of the Bendera Ya Taifa. So Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, that is one of our greatest ancestors that helped us to be able to really have a self-determined existence in us knowing who we were. But then you see a lot of times we don't have a flag. And it was the reason why he came up with the Bandera is because there was I believe it was a song that came out that the Black Nation, or a comment that was made that the Black Nation was the only one that didn't have a flag. And he was like, bet, we ain't got no flag. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We've been making stuff since we made the planets and we made, you know what I'm saying, everything else. So let's go ahead and make this flag. So the red represents the struggle, the blood, because a lot of people want to shy away from it. But, you know, when we talk about treading through the blood of the slaughtered in the lift every voice and sing, that's real. And we can never forget, the same way that, you know, when the Jews honor the Holocaust and honor where they come from, we can never forget our Holocaust, and we can never forget the things that we came from, because if we don't remember them, we're doomed to repeat it. So the blood of the struggle, the struggle. The second is the black, which represents the people. And then the green is, many people would say, the land or the fruits of the struggle, the things that come through what we struggled as a people and what we get from that. That's so right. With self-determination, we are not letting somebody call us niggas. We're not letting somebody call us thugs. We're not letting somebody call us coons. We're not letting somebody call us thoughts. We're not letting somebody call us out of our name. We are defining who we are. We are the ones who are saying, We name ourselves, we speak for ourselves, we create for ourselves, and instead of letting someone else, as they've always tried to do, speak for us and name us and create for us. We
That's
are,
right.
you know, when they talk about FUBU, for us, by us, we got to shout out WDDO for being able to have a platform where we can have our own to speak our truth and to control our narrative.
That's right.
Because we're able to do that. After we deal with self-determination, we get into Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. So many of us, man, I know there can be benefit in minding your own business. You know what I'm saying? We learn, man, hey, man, I ain't trying to get into this. I ain't trying to get into that. Let me mind my business. Let me not. And yeah, you shouldn't be all up in somebody's business to a degree that you're being intrusive. But if you see something going on the street, and you do not, and you see that it's a problem, and you do not see what you can do to affect a solution to that problem, then eventually, if it's in the street, eventually it's going to come to your doorstep.
That's right.
So we have to figure out ways to remember to see, just like we started, many of us that are people of the monotheistic traditions, we think about God and God being inside of us, and we recognize the God in the other person, but it's just the divinity, you know what I'm saying? And it's the respect and the collective humanity that if I see what's good for me, I want it for my brother and my sister as well.
That's right.
So with collective work and responsibility, we make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems, and we work on it together. Now, if you do the math, a lot of times you can think, man, that's a lot. I got enough problems on my own, man. I ain't trying to have no more problems. But if you do the math, if everybody is working on everybody's problems, we have more people to be able to affect the change in everybody's life.
That's right.
The reason why a lot of times we don't want to do it is because it's not reciprocated. And many times we'll go and we'll break our backs to go help somebody else, but they won't do the same for us. Well, don't worry about that, because the energy that you're putting out into the universe, regardless of what it is, it's going to come back to you. So it may not come back through that person that you help, but it will come back through a circumstances, will come back through someone being able to help you, or a circumstance being able to help you.
That's right.
We then go into Ujamaa, which is a big one for us, cooperative economics, pooling our resources, making sure that collectively we work together with our businesses so that we can be able to have an economic strength within our community. So pooling our resources means if I got $1, LJ got $1, you know what I'm saying? Tia got $1. Tell me your name again, my brother Jaden. Jaden got $1. You know what I'm saying? We all got $1 by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But we got $4 up in this thing together. You know what I mean? So when we pool our resources, a lot of times we see things that seem impossible. But with our collective wealth, at this point, it's trillions, man. Like, we have so much wealth that we can do anything collectively, and not to make it a fantasy type of thought. Many times it's not going to be everybody that works together, because we want that, you know what I'm saying? And we should work for that, but we should also work with a realistic mindset that if you look at anything, the March on Washington, the Million Man March, you know what I mean? NAACP, all of these things started with a small group of people where it was like, yo, the mindset and the will of those people was strong, and it was a collective group of those people that can help people stay on track, help people stay focused, and push it forward. So regardless of if it's 4 or if it's 4,000, it's still better than 1. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that we pool our resources to have financial strength. After that, we deal with Nia, which is purpose. And I used to love Kwanzaa because it was so many people that I knew with these names. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew people named Nia. You know what I'm saying? I knew people named Imani. I knew people, with these names, like, oh, man, I'm making the connections. So Nia represents purpose. And our purpose is to restore ourselves to our traditional greatness. We have to have context in who we are and whose we are. We did not start on a boat. We did not start enslaved. We did not start in captivity. We started free. So if we know that, then everything that we see now, we're looking at, man, I can know where I'm at on the timeline. And if I know I was free to begin with, if I'm on a boat now, or I got some, chains on my wrist, I know this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? This is not how we did. This is not my tradition. This is foreign to me, and I don't want this. So people always work to rebel against that. And then once we make progress, we can see what that progress actually looks like. So, okay, we got the civil rights movement and we got these different things. So we applaud the progress, but we still know if we still living under an oppressor, we still got work to do until we get fully free and we still protect that freedom. All right. After we deal with Nia, we deal with Kuumba, which is actually Kuumba, which is creativity. And creativity is to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. So, you know, I grew up between two communities, Belvedere, Manor, Weaver Heights, and Fort Hill. So if I'm in Fort Hill and I'm looking at Rosa Jackson, and I'm like, okay, in the beginning, Rosa Jackson, you know, the court was cracked, you know what I'm saying? The rim hanging off, you know what I mean? We ain't really got enough resources at the gym. Now, when I'm looking at, you know, under Mayor Ellis and I'm seeing different things happening, it's some expansion going on at the gym. You know what I mean? It's some different things. You know, it's a studio in the back now, Rosa Jackson. It's a whole nother place where we can have community things. I'm like, man, there's some progress that's being made. And
that's right.
We could work to make our community. It's this happening here, whether it be a back to school event, whether it be a wellness event. You know, we used to do the hip hop summit. You know, we tour around and we have the hip hop summit over there, and making sure that we leave the mind first. Because in my mind, I'm looking at the hood and I'm like, man, I'm really trying to just get a bag up and just, you know what I'm saying, man, just buy the whole block and make all the houses mansions. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. But if we don't make a mansion in our mind, we'll tear the same thing up. It don't matter how beautiful it is. We'll tear that the same way. But if we make our minds in the mansions, then we can make sustainability in our communities.
Imagination.
So the last thing after we deal with creativity is we deal with faith. And we have faith in ourselves, faith in our ancestors, faith in the righteousness and the victory of our struggle. I'm going to say this, man. We live in a time where the things that are going on in government, the things that are going on social media, we can second guess and we can get distracted very easily on the righteousness and the victory of our struggle. We can say, man, am I even going in the right direction? Is this the right fight? You know what I'm saying, that I'm in? Man, should I go in another direction? Will we actually win? When you have faith, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Say that one more time, please.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay. So when we look at substance, okay, our ancestors might have said, man, these shackles are on my wrist, that's on my feet. You know what I mean? I know that we can be free. They didn't see it. They weren't actually able, many of them weren't actually able to experience it. Many people died in shackles. Many people died on plantations. But because of Harriet Tubman, because of Nat Turner, because of all of these different people that worked to continue to push the needle, and every day, you know, picked up the torch. Toussaint Louverture, Patrice Lumumba, you know what I'm saying? Assata Shakur, all of these different people picked it up throughout the years to say, man, let's take another step. The same way, like, you know, when you think about William and Ellen Craft and how they got to freedom, it was 1,000 miles. They said it was 1,000 miles to freedom. How do you go 1,000 miles? It starts with one step. You know what I'm saying? And you keep stepping. How do you get through the marshes and, you know what I'm saying, bloodhounds running after you? You keep stepping.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mike. You know what I'm saying? Keep stepping. You know what I mean? So when we move and we continue to move the needle like that, then now your faith becomes substantive. It already was something, because the belief is something within itself. And it's not just something in an imaginative way. The image is an actual physical thing because it's molecular. And then when you think about the belief and that heart, is something that's physical, and then it just takes on different forms. So it takes on the forms of resistance, it takes on the forms of legislation, it takes on the forms of economics, it takes on the forms of education, it takes on all those forms. But you have to have faith and believe in it, and keep around good people, man, that can help you. You know what I mean? And the only reason I'm able to break these principles down this smooth is because, man, in 1989, our brother Abi Jada at that time was known as Kirk Hodges, who is the founder, creator, owner of Homeland Village. He was the first one to do a Kwanzaa ceremony here in Macon, Georgia. After that, we had Akbar Imhotep that came in 1992. He is an activist, storyteller, and culture curator that, although he's transitioned, he continues his legacy through his daughter, through his family, through all of those that he touched. He used to come through and tell us stories, man. I still remember the Freedom Bird. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be singing, na, 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 na. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like the Freedom Bird was about this bird that the hunter kept trying to kill. And that sound like us, don't it? Black folk, that no matter whether it was AIDS, crack, whatever it was, drugs, guns, they could never kill us.
That's right.
They've been trying since they met us to kill us because they are threatened. They are threatened by our power, and they know that we are the rightful ones that created all of this. So when they know that you're the rightful owner of something and they have taken your birthright, you know what I'm saying? They've taken your position unjustly, then it makes you a little self-conscious, and a lot self-conscious, and you do everything you can to make us forget who we are and whose we are, because they know if we know that, ain't no dealing with us. Can't nobody box with God, and can't nobody box with God's children. So with that being said, man, the only reason I can rattle this off to y'all is because since I've been, a young person, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely something that was given to us.
That's awesome. You broke it down smooth. It was a lot of information, and I feel like it was digestible. And I think that a couple things that you said really stood out to me, because when you were going over one of the principles, which was Ujima, it made me think about Ubuntu, which is South African principle. I am because we are. And just making that connection, like you said, we come from one source, so we're all connected in that sense, and we're all gonna go back to that same source in one way or another, one day or another. So when we start thinking about ourselves as spirit, as God is spirit, and like how do we make that like tangible while we are here now? Like, it's by working together, by understanding that we are connected and that we do have purpose, and we each have a specific purpose that's tied to everyone that's around us. And so I just appreciate you, brother, because you said a mouthful, and I think that the people can really feel it and hear it and understand it. And again, it all starts with the mind. Like, we can do all of these physical things, but until we start working on ourselves internally, mind, body, and spirit, then none of the other things will make a difference. So that's just my little take from that to say.
For sure. Sure. And I'm glad to have him on here. We don't have a lot of more time left, but while we do have you on here, for one, got to give you your flowers.
Love.
Like, real talk. Like, when people will talk about all the negativity, or you might see certain pictures of what it is to be a young black man in Macon, Georgia, and sometimes you might not, just realize how amazingly gifted our people are that are here in Macon, Georgia, and you are exemplary of that. We talk about how rock and roll was started here. When you talk about how soul music was created here. When you talk about people like William Scarborough, who did amazing work as a scholar here. You talk about people like Bishop Henry McNeil Turner, who came here, and even helped to inspire people like Marcus Garvey. Yeah, so many different movements and things that were created here. And you are definitely a fruit of the seed that was planted a long time ago here in the city. And you're a gem, brother. And I'd just like to say I appreciate you, appreciate your mother and father, because he's done an amazing job. They have done an amazing job with all of you all. And I like to just also, for one, I need for you to tell folks how to get involved in Kwanzaa and the Kwanzaa festival that we have here really quickly, and tell folks what's going on with that. But I also like to say that the brother does a lot. He might not tell you because he's just a very humble brother. He's a good brother. When he gets to rolling now, he gonna teach you now. But he ain't gonna talk about himself. But he's an amazing independent artist. His music is incredible. As you see, he's a great speaker. If you need somebody to host or narrate, whatever it is that you got going on, he like to show love. But y'all pay this man because you see he's talented. If you need a host for your event or whatever, your festival, whatever it is, he can do that for you. But he is he is incredible, right? But he's very incredible. So I just like to give you those flowers, man. I know you do so much more, and you also work for the Otis Redding, the new center. Can you just tell a really quick about what you do at the Otis Redding Center and how people can get involved in the Kwanzaa Cultural Access Center? And then after that, just in case, because I want you to have some time to do this. Can you please bless us just 30 seconds or a minute with that? What you brought here with you today?
100, man. So definitely I received that, man, and I appreciate, you, Tia, Jaden, you know what I'm saying, Tony, over there in the back engineering, and definitely all of the staff here at WDDO for being able to have this platform and honor mom and dad, man. Once again, George Fadil Muhammad and Regina Muhammad, for them putting it in at work, because when we started doing Kwanzaa, it wasn't something popular. It wasn't something that was, immediately received. We in the Bible Belt, and sometimes people have different interpretations of the Bible, and they don't necessarily know that this is connected to that divine work that, that Jesus gave to us. And, whatever your religion is, once again, this is not a religious holiday. And this is something that we all can benefit from. I want to give honor to the Tubman Museum. That was a very big part of hosting a lot of Kwanzaa celebrations as well, and make sure that we hold up our institutions. One of my biggest things coming back was to invest in our Black institutions. So we wanted to make sure that not only places like the Tubman, the historic Douglas Theater, Ruth Harley Mosley Women's Center, but I currently serve as Director of Collaborative Partnerships at the Otis Redding Center for the Arts. We give honor to Otis Redding Jr., as well as his entire family, but particularly Zelma Redding. Zelma Redding is one who has amplified the legacy of her husband, Otis Redding. And after, his transition after the plane crash, his family, through Zelma Redding, was able to create a foundation, the Otis Redding Foundation, that makes sure that students have, and children all throughout, Macon and surrounding areas and throughout the world, have access to a world-class education in the arts and culture sector. So of course it's music, and they can learn things about music theory and learn and take lessons and go to camps and do songwriting, but they learn how to have confidence in themselves. They learn how to be able to take what they do and continue to elevate, whether they're going to go into medicine, go into business, go into whatever it is. It's a great place for them to learn about the legacy that they come from and to learn how to amplify that legacy as well. We thank Carla Redding Andrews, who serves as the executive director there, and the whole team, the whole family. There's so many moving parts and people that make it happen. But in how they can get in touch and get involved with Kwanzaa, there's 7 days that we have all. They have a flyer that they're going to post that you can see all of the different, they have a flyer that they can post to see all of the different events that are happening. But just briefly, on Friday, December 26th, we're going to be at the Douglas Theater for Umoja with Dr. Chike Kur, Kwanzaa Connections, Our Vision and Value. The second day, Kujichagulia, we have a Authentically You Youth Night, Kwanzaa Ceremony and Talent Showcase. We'll have the Collective Work and Responsibility Day of Service and Support Drive with Patois Kitchen and Harold and Sons Barbershop, getting toiletries and all of those different things, as well as non-perishable food items, blankets. And that is for local residents as well as those who were affected by Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. We have a night for cooperative economics the next night at Booker T. Washington Center with Marcus Muhammad, Joe Booz, Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses, and Eric Bond. We will have Purpose Night at Ruth Hartley Mosley Center the next night, Restoring Our Traditional Greatness program. We'll have Creativity Night. That's the Kuumba Feast. Always that food be smacking. Spoken word, storytelling, drum circle, all that. And then last but not least, we'll be at Homeland Village celebrating Imani with a meditation and prayer circle. So,
well, we appreciate that, brother. And if you can, really, really quick, because I know we got like 1 minute and 30 seconds. We just like to say we appreciate you, and see if you can send us out, man, with that beautiful tool that you have right there with you. But yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all go and look at the recordings of our shows. Go to The Glory on Facebook and YouTube. You can see go to our Facebook page on Village Talks, and yeah, come back here with us each and every Wednesday right here on the Glory 107.9 FM. But we're gonna send y'all out with some beautiful music today, ain't that right?
100.
Let's do it, sir.
Let's go.
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Paris.